Hello.
Hello and welcome back to the podcast, Hazel and Marion. I'm Marion.
I'm Hazel and this is episode 4.
Second try in
Second
our
try.
intro because
It was such a good intro and now I feel like, I don't know.
that's fine. It's so good that the world wasn't ready to hear it yet, I think.
I
And
think
that's
so
God
too.
saying maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
Because I forgot to hit record.
And because we're authentic, we can't recreate that
we can't
banter.
recreate it. So, as
Let's
you
try
guys know,
again.
we choose a card from We're Not Really Strangers. We picked a really good card. We won't reveal what it is because maybe it might come up again. But we're going to choose another card now. But before we do that, I just want to thank everyone for coming back and listening to us for the 4th time. We will be going through some listener feedback later today, but we always love to hear from you, which you can go through on our Instagram or TikTok or email.
Yes.
All right, let's find a card here.
So we're choosing from the friendship edition
Yes.
this time.
And from level 1,
Yeah.
here we go. Okay. What do I have a low tolerance for in people? Everything.
Everything. But it's funny because I can only think of like a couple of people that really have low tolerance with. And
Me?
yeah.
Oh, stick man.
Yeah, stick man is one of them. And that's why I keep thinking of food because you have a low tolerance of not being fed. If there's no food on the table, you get mad.
That is true. But okay, you know what? Let's just a little side note on stick man. Don't invite me. Don't invite a Filipino to a house party.
No, you have to start this again. Filipinos, when we throw parties, we have
Yes.
a lot of food.
We have a lot of food that we don't bring. The host feeds.
provides to
Yeah.
the guests.
Yeah, so much so that like the guest brings takeaway containers,
Yes.
expecting there to be lots of leftovers.
Yes.
Anyway, don't invite me to your house if you're not gonna have food. Like it's
And by food, he doesn't mean snacks.
no, I don't mean snacks.
He doesn't mean cheese and crackers.
No, I mean a meal. Like I mean hot meals. Like
Yes.
I want chicken drumsticks or some barbecue.
Like a huge pork, like a roast
a
pork.
roast pork, a lechon.
We call lechon.
You know,
With some noodles.
Yeah, some noodles, some spaghetti,
rolls.
spring rolls, some curry if you've got it.
Yeah.
You know, just real food. Like I don't mind having the crackers as the starters, and you know having the cheese there. But yeah, yes, I do have a low tolerance of that, but that's just only happened once because people know that if they invite me over, they're feeding me.
So note to anyone that invites Mario to future events,
Yeah,
make sure there's food on the table.
because if I invite you,
You will be fed.
you will be fed.
And you'll be fed well.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, more ways than one sometimes.
So yeah, that's my answer to what you have a low tolerance of. What else do you have low tolerance of? Do you have low tolerance to homophobic comments? Or do you play along with it?
No, I play along with it.
Ah.
So, but because I won't walk out
Yes.
of that situation because I'll confront it. I'm like, so what do you think? But I feel like I haven't experienced that in a very, very long time.
Okay.
At
Do
least
people
since,
question if you're gay? Or do they just not assume or do
no, they don't assume.
Ah. Okay.
Because I act quite
Masculine.
even though I talk like a woman. No, even like I it's not that I act any differently, but like there's just a level where of comfortability that I am like if I was around my gay friends where I just go full fabulous.
Yes.
But sometimes full fabulous isn't professional, if you get what I mean.
Okay, fair enough.
So people just don't assume, and then like I'll just say, "Oh, my partner, he," and then there's no like emotion from anyone going or anything. They're just okay, cool. Like I mean, that's the world we live in, right?
That's true. You'd like to think so.
Yeah, you'd like to think so, and that's the kind of people I surround myself with anyway. So homophobic comments, I'm all good.
What do you have low tolerance for then?
Idiocy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard you in meetings.
Like
cut that out. Oops.
I'm not cutting that out.
You are an idiot sandwich. That's what I think of.
I'm not Gordon Ramsay.
I know, but this is funny.
I do have low tolerance of idiocy.
Can you give an example?
I was at a party once
Yes.
where someone was a flat earth believer and I could not for the life of me fathom that idea because that's just
it's false.
It's false. but they were like certain, right?
Okay.
Like that everything that we've been taught until now is a lie. Like water just goes off the corner of the edge of the earth, apparently.
Okay.
But some people in the party thought that was fun and kind of just kept going with it.
I would go with
like
it.
you would have gone with it.
I would have 100% gone with
The
it.
whole time I was like rolling my eyes and I was like, no, I can't. This is farce, utter farce. Like, no.
Yeah.
So
I love idiocy.
is love. There is times where for my own entertainment, I will happily entertain idiocy.
Yes.
And kind of like test the idiocy. But when I'm like really not in the mood, especially if it's in like I'm tired or it's like a after work social gathering where I've had to meet new people or something like that, I'm just not in the mood to entertain your idiocy.
Yeah, that's fair. I think you have to be in the right vibe for that. I agree with that.
But if you're an idiot but you're feeding me, I'm fine with that.
You can keep being an idiot.
Yeah, you can keep being an idiot. As long as the food's good and it keeps coming, it's all good.
That's a fair enough point. What was my answer? I don't even remember the question.
Oh, do you want me to?
Yeah, it's a discussion.
Well, is it? Okay. I thought it was
one man
just about me. It's what's your low tolerance of people?
Yeah, what's your answer for that? I have to think about what my low tolerance for people is.
What do you? What's my answer
your
for
answer
you?
for me? Yeah.
You actually quite have a high tolerance of
Yeah,
people.
I know.
That's the problem.
I know. The problem is me.
Yeah. Your only low tolerance is if you need to pee.
I know.
And that's when you go, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. Or like, because I drink so much water and caffeine. It's a cycle. I drink so much caffeine, so I'm dehydrated, so I drink so much water. And so every time we're in the car, I'm already like, I need to pee.
Yeah. So your low tolerance is
My
your
bladder. I will agree with that.
I want to bring up some listener feedback from last week.
Yep.
Last week's episode. Most of these are from episode 1, which is where we discussed our beige flags. So some of these are from my DMs, which you can find us at Hazel and Marion on Instagram or TikTok. So slide in. Others are from the Spotify questionnaire under the episode, which we have one under every episode. So when you're on your phone, click on the app. There's a survey and there's a question, a Q&A.
Okay, I didn't know.
Again, get with the times, Bruma. Freaking hell.
Just Bruma times.
Yeah. So from listener 1, I decided not to name said listeners.
Okay.
Because these answers are published live on Spotify, so you can just take a look if you're really curious. But I haven't asked them for their permission to name them, so I'll just keep them as listener 1, listener 2, and listener 3. So listener 1 says that their beige flag is I poop with my door open.
How do you feel about this?
Like, I get it.
I think pooping with the door open is okay
In a relationship?
In relationships, if you're alone.
Oh, yeah.
However, there could be instances where pooping with your door open can be catastrophic.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
If this was your housemate, would you rather walk in on them pooping with the door open or doing the deed?
Pooping with the door open.
Really?
100%.
Okay, so it's not that bad. So
100%.
this is a beige flag.
Yeah, it is a beige flag.
Yeah.
Because them doing the deed, so much more is happening. Like, and also there's like there's just so many things going on. I think it's just too frantic.
It is a multi sensory
Yeah.
experience.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, so is pooping with the door open. Like,
But
you smell
pooping with
and-
the smell, yeah, sure. You
yeah.
know,
But the
again.
smell of sex is pungent to the smell of poo. Like everyone's poo smells, you know.
Also, the visual trauma.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Trauma.
So pooping with the door open, everyone poops. You know, the smell I can live with. I work in a hospital. Everyone
Oh,
smells
yeah,
like
that's
that.
true. My friend's a nurse and he's like cleaned up
I am not
after.
a nurse for everyone listening.
I know, sorry.
I know, but it's a very common Filipino stereotype to think
yeah,
that I
I
am a
bet you
nurse.
everyone thought that you
That
were
100% of a nurse. Sorry.
when you said that you like worked at a hospital.
know.
They're like, oh, this filler bitch.
Exactly.
Classic.
So, no, FYI, everyone, get that out of your head. I'm not a nurse.
Not that there's anything wrong
There's
with
nothing
it.
wrong with it. We love nurses and we love Filipino nurses are the best. But I'm
But
just not one of
she's
them.
I too am not a nurse. So, all right. So from listener 2, this is a bit of an in-depth one, but it's quite funny. I find it funny when I read it, but I'll tell you why. They say, I think maybe over-exercising is my beige flag. It takes up a lot of my time and I can't hang out with my friends as much. I hate skipping a workout, in brackets,
Okay.
but also heavily into Star Wars and have the Lego set as well. LOL.
Okay.
So those are two separate things.
Two separate things. Because, okay, my train of thought is I also hate skipping a workout.
Yeah.
I will squeeze in a workout.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'm late to things because I'm like this morning I was late to work because I was trying to run home to get to work on time.
Yeah.
I was late to coming here because I did another workout. So I love workouts and I feel crap about myself if I skip it. However, I think it's a red flag if you start saying I can't hang out with my friends as much. Like that's I have poor time management, but that's poor time management or difference in priorities.
All right. Okay. So I investigated further and I dug deep to listener 2 and was like, is this you just saying that you're really hot?
Oh, I didn't even think about it that way.
Is this you just saying that you're fit and you're hot and that's why you can't hang out with your friends? Because
And
that's a red flag.
That's a red flag, yeah.
And they said no. So I'm like, okay, well, what do you mean? Like you can't hang out with your friends? Like, are you know, canceling on them to go to the gym or you canceling on them to go for a run? And they said, no, I just have it all booked in. Like it's booked in my schedule that I have sports practice every Monday night or most of Saturday. And then I go to the gym after work and then I do bouldering. That's all
I think
scheduled.
it's a red flag.
Yeah, well, okay.
Because I'm a shift worker and you find time for things that are important to you. Like, for example, when I was training for like my half marathon, like training takes up so much of your time.
Yeah.
So much of your weekends are long runs.
I so know listener 2 is listening to this right now.
Sorry, I'm not talking
No,
smack
it's
about
so
you.
fine.
However, I am telling
Yes, she
you,
is.
I am talking smack about you. You know, this is probably what's the word? A trigger point for me because I hate when people are like, I'm too busy for something. You're not.
You're
I
not.
work shift work.
No.
I work night shifts.
Yeah.
I find time for things that are important and people that are important to me. So this is just something you need to work on. If the people are important to you, you'll
I will
find
actually
time.
pass this on to listener 2. I'll send them another DM and be like, this is what Hazel thinks.
So I do think that maybe over-exercising is a beige flag, but the second part is not the beige flag. However, also being heavily into Star Wars is a beige flag.
Maybe we should get this person on the phone.
I would love to hear you
will.
explain it to me more so I can understand it.
Yeah.
Because right now it's not looking good.
You hear that, listener 2? You might just get a call from us.
Please explain it to me so I can understand because I need to go deeper.
Okay, so that's the first part. And then the second part is into Star Wars and have the Lego set.
Yeah, it's beige flags.
Yeah, because I'm into
You have
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic
And
Park
apparently this
list.
person was also into Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's a beige
That's their
flag.
favorite movie and they really love my Lego set.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a beige flag.
That is a beige
so
flag.
I
More
agree
so
with
than
that.
the exercise, but that's Hazel's opinion, which we'll delve in deeper, hopefully. All right, last one. Listener 3. Another one from the DMs is a lot of things Hazel mentioned I don't think is boy math, but is boy trauma. So this is when we were discussing girl math, boy math, gay math,
Yeah.
all math. I also send you corporate math, which is now a thing.
There's a math for everything.
There's math for everything. And I think that is what boy math is. It's causing trauma, right?
Because they're traumatized themselves.
Bad behavior.
So they are traumatizing people.
Yes. Hurt people.
Hurt people, exactly. So heal yourself.
So yes, that's 100% agree that boy math is
just boy trauma.
It's boy trauma. It's bullying. It's the bullying cycle.
Well, thanks for giving us some feedback.
Yeah,
and sharing your beige flags and opinions with us. So please keep doing this. We'd love to discuss them on air.
We'd love to discuss them on air.
Hopefully get you guys to come on board so that we can discuss it with you.
Exactly. I'll see if we can get listener two.
Okay.
I would love to hear from listener one though. Like, why are you putting the door open?
I'll ask listener one.
Okay. So, Hazel.
Yes.
The other day, you hosted a games night with your friends, and I was invited because I'm also a friend and a family member, which I feel very special about because our other cousins weren't there.
Sorry, Mark. You can be invited to the next one.
Yeah, maybe. He always says no because he's too busy.
He is a dad.
Yeah, he is a dad. But during that time, because I haven't really met your friends and they haven't really met
a lot of my friends.
Yeah, but I meet them at situations where there's 20 people.
Okay, yeah.
You get what I mean?
Fair.
This is the first time where I've met them intimately more so. And one of my friends asked me he knew my name.
Yeah.
But he was just pronouncing it differently than how I pronounce it or you pronounce it. Because
I pronounce it. So I say Marion.
Yeah, which is the Filipino way.
Because that's how your mum says it. That's how my mum says it.
Yeah, that's how
Marion,
our whole family says it.
Yeah.
I say as Marion.
Yes.
But that always gets misheard to Marin, Marin.
Okay, yeah.
Or Mar.
What?
So then I have to say it's Mario with an N.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, Marion. And I'm like, that's just
like Marion?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, one of your friends heard you pronounce it or heard me say, or
I
Vincent.
think I said it because Vincent doesn't say
no, he doesn't.
Marion.
No, he's and then he goes, I didn't know that's how you pronounce your name.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's fine. And he goes, no, how do you pronounce it? And I say Marion. And he goes, but it's all good. And he goes, no, it matters. And I'm like, well, not really. And it does because it's happened to me so many times in my adult life.
Yeah.
Where people are like, no, let me know how to pronounce it because I want to pronounce it properly.
Yeah.
And there are some people in this world that get annoyed when their name isn't pronounced properly. I remember I used to went to school.
Yeah.
With a girl who spelled her name Sara.
Sara.
Sarah. But teachers would say Sarah.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, it's Sarah.
Is this person Filipino?
No.
Oh, okay.
European descent.
Okay. Interesting.
And she would be really cut about it.
Yeah.
But I think I just got used to everyone mispronouncing my name. And I've got
I understand.
Yeah. I've Marion or Marion. Marion is a girl's pronunciation of it. It's a French name, I think.
Yes. And I think a lot of people would associate it with a female.
Yeah, exactly. If you looked at my LinkedIn, who searched for me recently, it's all these French companies.
Oui, oui.
Yes. Croissant. So growing up, I cared a bit more, but then as I got older, I just didn't care because for me, as long as you're pronouncing it within the boundaries of Marion, or Marion, I'm fine.
Yeah.
You're not calling me Mark or what's another?
John.
You're calling me by my name. It's just pronounced differently based on your accent or based on what you know. But I guess it is important because it's your identity.
I think so. But I agree with you in this because my surname, which I won't say, for my own identity.
You could okay, sure.
Secretly.
No, you don't have to say it, but the internet exists.
I know, but however, I have this podcast and I'm trying to limit my digital footprint at the same time. But My surname is...
You're problematic.
I am problematic. I love controversy. My surname is Spanish, and I think coming to Australia, I can't be bothered trying to correct people with the pronunciation. So I just go with the Anglo way of saying it.
Yeah.
Because I'm lazy and like, you know what? It sounds kind of like what it's spelled out.
Like, yeah.
So I'll let you
And you
have
can't
it.
really fault them for it. Because
Exactly.
like, what do they know? No,
What do they not know? Yeah.
No.
And it's also just laziness. I'm really tired of over explaining.
That's what I think as well. It's like, as a 27-year-old man, I've been explaining it for a good 15 years, 15, 20 years of how to say it. Because like we came to Australia when we were 7 years old, right? So that's 20 years like of us every year
correcting
or every
people.
teacher, like every year from grade 2, I had to tell my teacher it's Marion.
Yeah.
Right? Because the moment they say Marion, they're expecting, and then they look up expecting
a girl,
a cute little girl. They get this cute little boy, and they're like, "Are you sure?"
Well, it doesn't beat when I graduated from my first degree and they read your name out. And again, if it's similar enough, it's fine. They completely butchered my surname.
Oh my goodness.
Like a completely different letter starting at the start. But you know what? I let it go.
You let it go.
What could I do? I can't be bothered.
You know who I'm just thinking this through whether I should say it.
You can say it, you can cut it out.
Yeah, and I can cut it out. But you know that there's certain people in this world that never really have that problem.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say but agree with what you just said.
That's a safe agreement. Yeah. That allows us to keep it on this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, so this is actually a topic at work because patients have very different names nowadays. So I remember like one time there was a child that came in and the name was ABCD. How do you pronounce that?
Abacada.
Absidy.
Wait, no. Wait, so this patient's name,
it's like a little
was
girl.
spelled A, B, C, D, and pronounced
Absidy.
Absidy.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a piss
It's
take.
actually like common. It's like one of those, you know, when people try to be like cool with the children's spellings.
Whose parents?
This poor child.
This poor child is gonna like, oh, that's asking for the bullying cycle,
Absolutely.
right there.
As a person that also grew up with an uncommon name, at least a lot of people are like, oh, your name's quite nice, but like,
as in your first name.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
But it could easily have gone a different way.
Yeah, but that's also named like after a nut and a color.
Yeah.
So it was more kind of known how to pronounce your name. But like A, B, C, D is the first 4 letters of the alphabet.
Yeah.
Absidy. Nah. Like, no.
So you think Marion's hard? Try that. So following up from episode 2 where we discussed things we learned after moving out, which was actually quite a hit amongst our listeners.
Yes.
I've decided that we should talk about things we've learned from working full time.
Yes, 9 to 5. Well, not necessarily 9 to 5.
Might as well not 9 to 5, but
definitely
40-hour weeks.
40-hour weeks. 40-hour plus for you sometimes.
Exactly.
And me.
But yours is unpaid. Take that out.
Maybe. We won't.
So yes, we've been working full time for a few years now. And I don't know
for a few years, right? I've 7.
I think mine's 4.
Okay, yeah, like it's been
4 years.
It's been a hot minute since. Yeah, we're old.
We are old.
Like I've been working full time since I was 21.
Yeah.
How sad.
That's really sad. But then again, I also spent like 7 years studying. So that's also sad. You know what? It's all right. We learned a lot of things from working. So I wrote some thought points.
Yep.
My first one, which I feel like you might actually have as well, is sleep is so important and I miss it. I miss having good sleep.
I actually don't have that one because I knew you would say it.
That's fair.
But I agree. Yes, sleep is so important. On that, growing up, I hated sleeping.
Like if you were told, oh, it's time to go to bed.
Yeah. Or time to take a nap. Like after school, because
After school naps
after school naps in the Philippines when you'd get home at like 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. You'd go for a nap. It's like for an hour and 2 hours before you do your homework or dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I hated that. I couldn't do it. I couldn't nap.
I love napping.
I was like, my mom was like, you have to close your eyes and nap. And I'm like, no.
But why?
But why? Right? But why? And now if you told me that at 3 p.m. I could go to my bed and have a 2-hour nap, I'm there.
Yeah. Like I'm already in bed.
I'm there. Like even sleeping. I always got told, oh, you know, you should sleep now while you're young because you're not going to get any sleep when you're older. And I thought, BS. Bullshit. Because you guys sleep. Everyone sleeps. I see all adults sleep. Lies. They don't sleep.
They don't sleep. And now, you know, we function on so little sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm at work and I'm just like, wow, I can't wait to go home and lie down.
Yeah. I can't wait but then the moment you lie down, you're like, oh, I'm going to wake up and it starts again.
So, you know how I said I'm a morning person?
Yeah.
My favorite part of the day when I wake up, when I go to bed.
Yeah.
Nothing
agreed.
in between.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm like, oh, like sometimes I put off going to bed because I know that I have to wake up.
I think that's
it's
like
such a
bedtime
dangerous cycle.
procrastination.
Yeah.
When you like spend so much time of your day doing other things.
Yeah.
That it's like revenge bedtime procrastination or something like that. You're trying to reclaim your power before you go to bed.
Yeah. So it's I think I get what you mean. Where it's like I did all
these things.
Me time.
Yeah, but I didn't have me time. So now I'm like taking revenge on that.
Yeah, but I'm losing sleep.
So it's a
I'm hating
lose-lose
myself.
situation.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah. I miss sleep. I miss a good 12 hours sleep. Like I look at Rocky, our cat, who sleeps and naps and sleeps and naps and eats and sleeps and snaps and naps and eats. And my God, I want that life.
But it's funny because my cat Linguini's with my parents right now, and all she does is also just eat and nap. And I said to my parents, wow, she lives a great life. And my dad was like, she lives the same life that you lived when you were at home. Apparently,
is that him like saying you should move back in? Or is that him
it was him saying that you were spoiled and taken care of when you were at home because all you did was eat and nap.
Your dad is a savage. I love it.
Okay, so my second point is people will act like your friend, but they're not your friend.
Do you mean just like being corporate nice? Or do you mean
People
like being a
have
fake
both.
bitch?
I think both. Like people will be nice to you, but most of the time they may have ulterior motives that they can use against you.
No, I haven't experienced that.
Okay, you're lucky because you're in a small company.
Yeah.
But
because I will take them down.
Yeah. I'm sure this is very common for especially people in corporate, but it's definitely happened to me where I have thought people were my friends at work.
Oh.
And then things turn sour.
And then you open up to them or tell them, or you like,
or they
don't become so PC in front of them and then they use that against you. Like, what do you mean?
I can't get too specific.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, there's been instances where I have also thought like this person is my friend. They've got my back. But it wasn't like that.
Okay. So it's not like being corporate civil or corporate nice where they're like everyone's just happy and nice to each other.
No, I don't know what that
but
workplace
they secretly
is
rage
because my workplace is not like that.
Okay, but it's actually like pretending and like going through the effort of we're friends,
we're mates.
Okay,
and like especially because I guess in my workplace a lot of people hang out outside of work.
Yeah, and they do that. Like that's part of that. That's
it's
part
like a
of the
social thing,
scheme.
right? But then when it becomes work related, people can do a 180 very quickly.
Oh no.
So
I can't relate. Thank God.
That's good you can't relate because I have friends that can relate to this point.
Oh, rip.
So it is common, but this is something we've learned working full time.
Yeah.
But you haven't learned it and
I
I hope you never learn it.
I hope I never learn it.
So good on you. Okay, my next dot point is having adult money to enjoy myself with.
Adult money?
Yeah. It's just
like
funny.
OnlyFans money? What do you mean adult money?
Like,
what's kids money?
Think about when you worked part-time in like fast food.
Yeah, at Subway.
That's kids money. Like you have money, but it's not really enough to sustain.
Excuse me, but by my last year at Subway, I was making $25 an hour.
Is that a lot? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because compare that to how much I earn now.
Well,
I'm like,
I'm
what
sorry.
is that? I'm just like,
Miss, I'm not a nurse.
I'm not trying to be pretentious, but it's just like I was probably earning that in retail too, but it wasn't enough to sustain my lifestyle. I was like counting pennies.
Okay, but also you weren't working retail like 8 hours a day, right?
No.
Every 5 days a week. Like you weren't doing 40 hours of retail, but like 40 hours of
No, but I did work 2 jobs at one point.
Yeah, because you wanted to go on holidays and spend thousands of dollars.
Yeah, in hostels.
Yes.
However, the difference is now I have adult money.
Yes.
I'm not staying in hostels anymore.
So what did we learn?
Adult money is fun.
Adult money is fun, but dangerous.
Dangerous, yeah. But like, you can enjoy yourself now. Whereas back then you'd be eating like 2-minute noodles.
Yeah.
So
not to say I don't eat.
You still do.
noodles.
I still do now.
Yeah.
I just probably elevated it to like the Korean.
Yes, the Korean,
noodles.
the
Shin ramens.
Shin ramens when it's $10 for a 5-pack rather than a mee goreng that's like
80 cents.
80 cents.
Yeah, exactly. So there is improvement. That's something I've learned. The bonus.
Yeah, adult money is fun. Like being able to go and look into your bank account and be like, I made that for myself. I've earned this. I'm gonna spend that.
I'm gonna treat myself.
Girl math.
Yeah, girl math to treat myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna girl math so I can get the most of this money. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's
a good one.
Yeah. So
I wasn't even thinking about money.
That's a shocker for me that you weren't thinking about money.
No, because I'm so cheap that it wasn't even on the list.
Fair enough. I have 2 more. Well,
You wrote a lot.
I wrote a lot. My next one is having boundaries. So not even just boundaries with your work, but also like.
Oh, that's a good one. That's actually one of the really good ones.
Yeah. So obviously having boundaries with your work and like what you do outside of work.
That doesn't relate to your work? Is that what you mean?
Also like taking work home, for example.
Oh yeah, no, don't take work home.
Don't take work home. But
unless
also
you're like a CEO and
is it worth it though?
Yeah, when you're at $500K a year minimum, like take your work home. Who gives a shit about your kids or your family?
I don't approve of this message.
You've got a nice BMW and a Porsche in your 10-car garage.
This is the adult money we're talking about. But no, boundaries are so important because burnout is real.
Okay, I'll touch on that. Yeah.
But also boundaries as well with like your social life. Like how often do you have a dinner on a weeknight and then by like 8:30 everyone's like, oh, it's getting late. We need to start going home to go to bed because we've got to start getting ready at like 6 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
Can't relate because I avoid having dinner on the weeknight. Because by 8:30 I will be like, I would like to go to bed.
Exactly.
Actually, no, maybe 9. Like if I'm out at 9, if it's a dinner, I'm okay with that because it's like, okay, I've eaten. All I got to do is go home, brush my teeth. Because I don't meal prep during the week. I meal prep on the weekend like a smart boy. And go to bed. But if it's drinks on a weeknight,
that's
and
not
I have
Friday.
not been fed fully, that's not a Friday.
Yeah.
We're going to have some trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that because like after 2 drinks on a weeknight, I'm like, this is it. We're calling it a night. Because
you have to. That's it. Or it's the weekend.
Yeah. Because otherwise we're not going to wake up tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, boundaries around your work and around your social life. That's
when you say boundaries around your social life, what do you mean by that?
Like you can't do everything at once anymore. I think when I was younger, before I was working full time, like I used to always go out every night.
Oh yeah, you're a
I'd
crazy
be like,
girl.
I'm going to catch up with this friend today, and then the next day I'm going to catch up with that friend.
Yeah. Also, you mean like, okay. I think I will also touch on that.
Yeah. So now it's more like, I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, but I need 3 of those days just to be by myself.
I get what you mean.
So now I will book a dinner on Monday this week, and then my friends can wait the next week.
And we've taken one of those nights for the podcast.
Exactly. So
your listeners better be so happy that this I'm not a nurse lady is spending time with you.
Again, it's priorities.
Priorities. Is that it?
And I guess touching on that is I work to live, not live to work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I love my job, but my job is not everything because I enjoy what I do outside of my job.
I actually learned that slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
Because
Okay.
like my career
Mhm.
is what I've always wanted to do since I was in like high school, right? So it kind of felt like it was like my life. But then again, like boundaries and all that stuff that like and burning out, you kind of go, well, you know what? There's a point. There's a point where you got to stop or there's a point where you don't need to care as much or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I learned that not the hard way. I wouldn't call it the hard way, but it's just a slow progression of, okay, you know, me time or spending more time with Vincent or Rocky or just being home more, like all that stuff. But I'll go through my list. So the first one I have is being able to understand that people have different work ethics.
Oh, it's so funny that you bring this up because it's the same as like different cleaning styles.
Yeah.
Yes, that's hard for me to sit with
Are
because
you low on tolerance to that?
no, if anything, I still have high tolerance for this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I would just take on the load that they are not.
But you just
doing.
talked about boundaries.
I know, and that's something I've had to learn to stop doing.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I was the same. And there's nothing wrong with like people's work ethic. Like it's fine. I think you and I were just raised differently. And we also watch our parents like work their ass off to put food on the table.
Yeah.
And for me, I saw that and go, oh, I think I need to do the same. Well, I don't have to because I don't have kids to put food on the table. Like if I can feed me and Vincent and Rocky, we're all good.
Yeah.
Right? Also, yeah, being able to understand that and it's like it's not their fault, or like you can't get mad at them for that. That's just the way of life.
Yeah.
And maybe they're not going to be like that forever. They could change depending on who's around them as well.
Yeah.
You know, like if they see everyone around them working hard, going the extra mile every now and then, they'll go the extra mile every now and then, I think.
I guess it's like what I think about is if they still do their job and they do it well, then it's okay.
Yeah,
but if they're like,
that's what matters.
Work ethic is poor and the outcome is also poor, that's not okay.
No, that's a fireable offense. You know, like I think when I say like, I'm not talking about poor work ethic. I'm just like different standards of work ethic. Like my work ethic standards is high.
Yeah.
And I can't put that same standards on people because it will crush them.
No, yes.
Yeah. Like it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
And then next one is my next two dot points are similar to some of the things you've mentioned, but being smart with my free time / weekends.
Yeah, true.
I know me and Vincent have been painting this house forever, every weekend.
Yeah.
But we know when to take a break because it's just way too much.
Yeah, I agree because I love doing activities. So, but obviously there's times when I'm like so exhausted that I just want to chill.
I mean, based on your Hinge profile, you like the mountains and the park.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But I remember like one weekend, it was so sunny and Jacob was like, we were just watching like an episode of a show. And after one episode, I looked at him and was like, no, we can't sit here and waste this day. Like I have one weekend day off. We will enjoy the sunshine.
Do you ever find yourself like just scrolling on the phone? You're like, no, this has to stop.
Yeah, I doom scroll a lot on TikTok. But sometimes again, because I'm so exhausted from doing everything, that's why I doom scroll.
But you just need to let your brain just like be a potato for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, even for 30 minutes. But then like if you reach an hour and you're like, okay,
that's it.
You got to do something. You got to move.
Exactly. But you're very right because I work like 3 weekends a month. So when I do have a weekend day off, I need to take advantage of this.
Agreed. Next one is taking holidays and breaks are important.
Yeah.
Again, similar to boundaries. I've saved up a lot of leave.
Yeah.
When I was young, and now that's worked out in my favor.
Yeah. I always save a lot of leave so I can leave whenever I want.
Yeah. And I'm actually glad that I did because now like with adult money, I can go for a longer leave and not have to worry, I've run out of leave or, you know, now I've gone into negatives and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but I think I think when I was young, I'm like, oh, well, I'm young. And I say like I'm young, like I'm not old, like I'm 27. But like when I was 21, 22, 23, like I was fine not taking leave. Like I was like, okay.
Wow, that's crazy. I've always taken leave.
I was like, ooh, yeah, but you weren't working like at the hospital at 21.
No, but I guess my philosophy is, which is probably a topic for discussion. I've always been a believer that enjoy things while you're young.
That's true.
Because
that's me now.
I mean, I've been traveling since I was 20.
You have been.
And I can tell you, traveling when you're 20, 21 compared to traveling when you're almost 30 is so different. Like, I don't have the energy I did back then.
Oh.
And so I did so much more when I was young, and I'm glad I did, because now that I'm older, there's things that I wish I could do more of, but I just don't have energy. And it's funny because a lot of people would argue against it, be like, no, like I will work now so I can retire earlier. Who's to say you will still be alive then, is my philosophy.
Also, like, retire early as BS.
Yeah, also exactly
because
that.
Things are getting more expensive, so you'll retire never.
Exactly. But also, like, my colleague's dad had that philosophy of, I will retire early, I'll work really hard when I'm young. And then he got dementia and he never got to enjoy his life. Yeah. So enjoy your life now, guys.
That is a good lesson. I'll go on more holidays.
Yes.
Book it in. Let's go. And then the last one is being able to deal with different personalities.
Oh, that's a big one.
Because I think before you go into a full-time job, you surround yourself with personalities that you're good at dealing with. Do you get what I mean? Like, you surround yourself with friends, like even in uni, in high school, people that you can handle. And then if you can't handle them, you can just easily walk away with no consequences,
That's
right?
true.
But when you're in a job that you're getting paid to work at and you're getting paid to work with other people, you can't just walk away, because obviously that's adult money down the drain.
Yes.
So learning how to deal with different personalities was, I think, quite a challenge for me.
Yeah.
Especially because I would say I have a strong
You do have a strong personality.
Larger than life is what I like to call it. So that was a challenge. Like, and I'm still like,
I think it will continue to be a challenge, because you'll meet someone else that you'd be like, wow.
That's like, oh wow, my personality is being challenged. Oh, this person is challenging me.
I haven't encountered this kind of person before.
Well, I haven't worked with a flat earther yet, so.
I mean, I do have that problem, because I kind of feel like that point of people act like your friend is similar to that.
Yes.
But I work with so many people that...
But that's different, because that's actually like making the effort to like befriend you only to stab you in the back.
That's true. I met a person at work who told me that Pfizer made the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, made his son almost die. And of course I asked, oh really? What happened? And his answer was, I wasn't sure. He's in Sydney. I wasn't there. So...
This is a worker?
A patient.
Oh, a patient. Oh, okay. I was like, oh, that's interesting for a worker, because like, I thought they'd have a different point of view.
We have mandatory COVID vaccinations, and people left the hospital, left their jobs because they didn't want to get vaccinated. Sorry. So you do encounter people. I do anyway. I encounter people with controversial beliefs. Yeah. And I'm okay with that.
You know why those people left?
Why?
Because they never took leave, and now they were afraid that they were going to die from the vaccine because they're spending all their young time working so hard, and they got scared.
Moral of the story: take your leave.
Take your leave. Then it would have been like, you know what? I partied in Amsterdam. I did all this. I can happily risk it for a vaccine.
A vaccine.
Yeah.
Again, moral of the story: take your leave when you're young.
Exactly.
All right, so that's the end of episode 4. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you.
If you do have any feedback for us, you can go on our Instagram page. That's at Hazel and Marion, and that's also our TikTok handle. Or you can email us at hazelandmarion.pod@gmail.com. I don't know where you'll find our website on Spotify. Can you find our website on Spotify?
That's an email.
Oh.
Literally, it says a Gmail.
No, but like, is it written anywhere else on socials?
Yeah. So if you look at our description.
Oh, okay. Goes to show how boomer I am. Yeah. I literally don't know where you'll find any of this information, but I know it's all there.
You show up. I edit all this. Just goes to show how little behind the scenes Hazel actually knows.
My job is to sit here and talk and look pretty.
And that's fine. We're all good with that.
But please comment and leave us some feedback. So we would love to discuss things on the next episode. I think on Spotify you can...
We'll put a question.
We'll put a question on...
A Q&A in every
whatever
episode.
You learned from working full time if you do work full time, or
Yep.
just working in general.
Yeah. And we'll do a poll as well, a survey, a poll where a multiple choice answer.
Oh, okay.
No, as in that you can do both. Oh my God.
Oh my
Grandma over
God.
here.
I don't know. But
All right.
anyways, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.